It's funny when leaving at 4:30 a.m. for a run feels late. Man, I think today is going to be one of the hardest days in the challenge because I'm kind of tired and have a really busy day. Here we go. Day 22. Gotta admit, I'm kind of dragging. Feeling it for the first time. I'm kind of questioning myself if I make it past today in this challenge. But just like every ultra and everything else, I just gotta take it one step at a time, 1 mile at a time, just getting the mile that I'm getting. Cool clouds. Sun's just come up. I got attacked by piranhas, aka horseflies and deer flies, going down the dirt road. Has no traffic, but man, I got attacked. They're biting me all over the place. You know, I gotta admit, it's taking a little effort today. Earlier in this game, I said, well, the running's easy, the scheduling is difficult. Maybe it was even yesterday, but I gotta admit, I feel a little whooped today, and I'm having to dig deep a little bit. And I'm only 11 miles, and I got 11 more to go today. I know I'll finish today. I don't know about tomorrow. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. It's 14 miles this morning. Got to do 22 today. We're gonna make it today, but it's taking a little effort. That's all right. Got into a good groove and feeling good. My muscles feel fine through all this. It's weird that the string of 15s, like 10 days of 15 miles in a row, was easier than this. I'm not sure why. We either live selfishly or selflessly. It's one or the other. And the selfish us just goes down a very quick, dark hole, and just we consume ourselves in general. And when we live selflessly, then there's still some struggles, and it's not easy, but we tend to, I don't know, it's just a better way to live. And I want to stay on that side. I've just realized in documenting all of this, running the calendar and all these miles, all these runs, I really haven't talked about nutrition much. So just for a sample here, I want to show you what I did for lunch today with my son Isaac and I. What we did, we worked together, and just what we did for lunch.
Yeah, go.
And you guys, good cup day. It's good to have it under a plate though. Pretty solid. Yeah, come here. I'm thinking about postponing a little bit. Everett said, let's do it.
Come on! See that, Dad?
You sure about this?
Yes!
Okay.
I like this and that.
All right. How is it? Better go chase him. Still trying to do our 8 miles here to finish out 22, but we came over to the tunnels drainage ditch after that huge rain and found this guy. And just got this message on my watch, which always means I'm doing the right thing. High level activity today slowed your recovery. You should take a break. I'm going to in a minute. Everett, how's it been so far, buddy?
Good. I have no blood in my thumbs.
What a great challenge. It's fun to have something to shoot for. And it really teaches you about dedication, commitment, pushing through excuses, finding a way to make things happen. If I hadn't set up this challenge, I wouldn't have gotten near this much running in this month, not even close, and I would have been a lot less motivated. So it's been fun. I like it. Day 22, 22 miles in the books. Pretty confident now I can make it to 25. Schedule and everything after that, I don't know. Starting day 23, feeling a little bit sluggish. It's getting trickier to fit it in, all in, and you know, it's taking effort. 23andMe, still in the game. Let's go. Yeah, it's a serious time commitment to squeeze all this in, but it takes a lot of time out of your life. But guess what? So does binge watching the latest season of Texas Housewives, or whatever shows are called. Also, it's a lot more aggravating to just barely get the miles in and to be doing small, short loops, kind of treadmill style. So much more inspiring to actually get somewhere, have a journey, destination, and not be trying to just squeeze out the mileage, but just kind of knock it out of the park. That's a good lesson for life. I like it. It's incredible stamina training just to be able to do it day in, day out, long mileage. That's so good for hundreds and 200s practice. Also, just building up your resilience, your resistance to excuses. It's amazing. You just got to do it every day, no matter what. I love it. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work. But running long miles consistently feels so amazing. I love it. So now I'm back at the lake. Got to do a couple hours of weed eating and then 16 miles. So we're multitasking. Got all the way out here and realized I didn't have my safety glasses. So I did the whole thing with my eyes closed, like this, squinting, and I finished it. Unbelievable. It's a lesson in pushing through the excuses and making it happen. Also in stupidity, because I could have been blind. Did. But we got it done, and I tracked it. I put it on Strava because, hey, it's getting late in the day, and I got to get 23 by the end of the day, so I'm counting the weed eater miles. Sue me. Yeah, baby. Okay, we're into round 6 of this crazy running day. There's been weed eating and change of plans and change of venues, and I've still got about 13 miles to go to get to the 23. So we might as well get totally crazy. Brought my wheel, and we're going to step off the Ridge Trail. I wonder how many people on this earth woke up this morning and ran 7 miles and went to work and delivered a bunch of materials and moved shingles out of a container with a skid steer and bought shoes for their wife and son during their lunch break, and then reviewed house plans for a new 32 house neighborhood, and then drove out to a lake and then did 3 miles of weed eating on the trail, and then pulled out a measuring wheel and ran 4 miles to step off a track for a race that he or she is putting on in the future, and then he's going to run 6 more miles just to get to the quota for the day. I would guess probably just 1. I feel really strong and we're in a pretty dang good pace. Feels great. I like it a lot. I promise I'm not documenting this to show off. I just think it's amazing that I could be doing 20 plus miles a day, adding a mile every day for the past 23 days And look at this pace, it just feels comfortable. I feel strong, and I prefer this, you know, sub 8-minute pace over a slower pace. It just feels better, and you're just knocking out the miles. It is really quite miraculous. Also amazing how much trail feels better, how much better trail running feels than road. So much more inspiring. I love it. Well, that was the 4-mile loop in 30 minutes and 40 seconds. So that was maybe my second fastest ever in a 23-mile day, with a 22-mile day before that, and a 21-mile day before that, and a 20-mile day before that, and a 19-mile day before that, and an 18-mile day before that, and a 17-mile day before that. Just saw a gray fox across the trail right in front of me. So cool. And today has been quite challenging and highly rewarding. Just a thought here as I finished up 23 miles. This has been a really fun challenge, and I'll probably do it again. And it'd be fun if anybody else wants to do it in this wild blue yonder on the earth somewhere, somebody. If you're interested, put a comment there in the comments, and maybe next time we'll do a virtual simultaneous and just see who goes the longest. I like it, sounds fun. Let's do it. Well, there you go. That's 23 miles today. I had to split it up 3 ways. It was challenging, most challenging day yet, and also extremely rewarding. I'm whooped, but it's a good kind of whooped, and can't wait for tomorrow. Woo! That was a fun one. I ran that last 6 miles pretty dang fast. It was great. Got a strategy to do the 24-mile loop out here at the lake, sleep right there for a little while, and then do 25 in the morning or something close to it. Feeling excited, feeling good. 12 miles into my 24 miles, and sun's getting lower. Lake's looking beautiful. I'm just right in the middle of Tornado Loop, and having a great time, listening to the moth, running a regular steady pace, and it's a little hot, but everything's going great. About 13 miles into it, sweating a little bit. Sun's going down. Crashed into Blake Gill here.
Crashed into him. He was going fast.
And what mile are you at?
98.
He's doing 100 miles out here at Lake Elaine on the bike.
Should be 105 in a minute.
Oh, it's gonna be 105 when you finish?
105, yep.
Nice.
Hopefully.
One of the only people on this trail that can beat me.
Not running.
But it depends which sport.
Not running. Maybe on a bike.
Depends what sport it is.
Maybe on a bike.
And that, my friends, is a snake. A venomous snake. See how fat his body is. I'm gonna go with timber rattler. Down there at the back. That, my friends, is a timber rattler. If I can do 25 tomorrow, that'll be 154 miles in 7 days, 95 miles in the past 4 days. That's a lot. It's been pretty miraculous. Just made it back to camp here and went swimming in that beautiful, delicious water. That moon shining down on a beach with no people. What a great end to a great day. Well, that's a wrap there for day 24. 24 miles. This has really been an amazing experiment. I really didn't think I'd get this much out of it, but it's really been informative It's incredible what the human body can get used to. The analogy of the boiling frog can also be we can take it in a good way, that we can make progress with incremental progress, with just hardly noticeable progress, just one little step at a time, and we can get a long way. So it's really been amazing. It's been a challenge, and I've truly enjoyed it. Might not make it past tomorrow. It's kind of selfish. I'm taking a lot of time away from family and sleep and things like that. So I might not make it past tomorrow, but it's been an incredible ride. I've really enjoyed it. Here's my sleeping arrangements. Got a hammock hooked up to 2 trees down by the lake. It's 4 o'clock in the morning and didn't really sleep much, but the hammock is pretty comfortable. It was kind of nice. So I'll hold still for a while. We're off again. It's June 25th. Setting out for 25 miles. Just slept in a hammock. Quote unquote slept in a hammock. Didn't sleep much, but it was very comfortable. Just ate some pretzels and a fruit cup. And I'm eating an avocado and a piece of bread here that I'm carrying in my hands. And I'm going clockwise. Perfect game. Did a counterclockwise perfect game yesterday, so that's how we're mixing it up. Great to be back on the trail already this morning. This is pretty fantastic. Here we go. Start to the day. Got to love that sunrise, baby. Baby, what's up? Remind me whose idea this was to do it in June. It's really hot. 20 miles in, I'm probably not gonna make it to 25 before I gotta go to church, but I'll get close and then I'll just do the last few miles this afternoon with the family. Ain't no biggie. It's been a spanker. I hit a little lull there around Storm Loop. Had to catch my breath, eat some pretzels. Okay, coming into 22 miles and trying to get 25 before church. Not quite gonna make it. I still gotta swim and take a shower. This is incredibly good training for a 200 miler. I didn't really plan it to be that way, but it's really good because it forces you to bang out a lot of miles to keep progress. You got somewhat of a time crunch that you got to get it in, and you got to overcome the inertia. You're starting to sweat a little bit.
Yeah, it's 203 degrees out here.
You sure?
Yeah, that's what Mom said.
Well, 203 would cook us like a frog.
Mom said that was the temperature.
100. We've run into some complications. It is really 102 with the heat index, and we're cooking, and Everett was about to pass out after a mile and a half on the bike. So we're gonna spray water at him and then finish the last mile. Finishing up 25 miles, baby. This one felt like work here at the end, man. 3 miles on the road at the end of the day is worse than 22 miles on the trail in the morning. Go figure. But 25, I like it. A quarter of the way to 100. This is it, Everett. Say it, buddy. June 26th, it's 5 a.m. I keep trying to quit this challenge, but it's just fun and I'm feeling good. This morning, feel really good, and had a lot of miles at the lake over the weekend, so I'm just gonna try to bang out 13 road miles this morning and then 13 tonight. And I feel better than I ever have in this whole thing. Pretty amazing. I won't lie, there have been some rough spots. Muscles feel good, my energy feels good. It's really just phenomenal. What scientific principle is this? That the harder you push, the stronger your body kind of resists and builds up and lives up to it. It's kind of like whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger kind of principle. Pretty amazing, phenomenal. I love it. This has been very educational doing this training game. I didn't expect to get this much out of this game, but I am enjoying it. How is it that I feel better at 26 days than I did at 4 days? In other words, consecutively increasing a mile a day for 26 days, and I feel better than when I had done 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Pretty insane. Well, I've done a good job staying calm in the last 26 days doing this thing. But right now, I'm running my 13-mile loop, stronger than ever, feel better than ever. This is the best 13-mile run I've had in 6 months. And I'm running 8-minute miles. The sun just came up. I feel like $1,000,000. 26 days of adding a mile each day. Unbelievable! Woo! It's about 8:30 at night, so it's cooled off a little bit. Had a pretty good day of construction, sweating. So that was a good cool down in the middle of the day. And here we go. Let's finish out 26, baby. Hey, buddy. Hey, what's up? You want to race? Armadillo race, baby. Sorry you're not here, Everett. How miraculous this is. I'm 10 miles into my second 13-mile run of the day. I'm running sub 8-minute miles. I just feel amazing. Definitely the long loop runs and splitting it into 2 on the long distance days is the magic trick. When I go a little shorter distances just to try and knock out the last few miles of the distance, it's really painful. But when I go a big 13-mile loop before breakfast and then a 13-mile loop after dinner, dude, I could do this every day. And now I just ran a 7:14. This is unbelievable. What are we capable of? This is incredible. I would have never dreamed, never guessed. This has been like the dorkiest experiment I ever chose, and the coolest one and the best practice for ultras, because you got to push when you're tired. You got to run the miles no matter what. And it's just like mile 70 of 100 or mile 136 of a 200. What a great training exercise.
Overall average to under 8:30s for 26 miles. That's the equivalent of a 3-hour and 45-minute marathon after 26 days. That's pretty crazy. That felt really good. It's 4:50 and it's day 27. It's really starting to get exciting. It's really fun. My legs, I promise, have never felt better. It's just really unbelievable. Think of the contrast. If I hadn't done this little challenge, I'd just be kind of lambing out and doing 3 miles and feeling bad and skipping days and ugh. Instead, I'm just pumped for the next day and I'm sharing it with friends and it's just exciting. It's really fun. This is the amazing part. Think if I would have stopped at mile 20, it would have been eh. But now this is really the fun part. I like it.
I had to come off the path a little bit to capture this beautiful scene. So I really pushed the pace yesterday for 26 miles just for fun and because I felt good. I've slowed it down this morning. I still feel really good. My legs feel better than any other day this month in this challenge. But just overall, you know, I got a big day ahead of me and Still got to do another 13 miles this evening, so I'm just taking it easy a little bit, taking a few breaks. There's something to be said for just having joy, living in the moment, you know. You can't fast forward to 3 miles from now in this event, you know, it's just going to be more running in a different place. It's kind of like life. I wonder also, like, I'm just having this huge revelation about physical endurance and kind of that second wind, how strong that second wind can be. And I wonder, how can I apply that to mental and emotional challenges? Can I be a better person today? Yes. It's really up to me. Fate is in my hands. I can run stronger, faster every day. Incremental growth, I can do it. Just gotta make a decision, stick with it, practice, and have incremental growth. I can be kinder, smarter, make better decisions, be more patient. All those things, I can do it today. And I'm going to. I get tired of saying I feel like $1 million, but I feel more like $1 million every day. It's really incredible. There's a lot to be said for this incremental growth. You know, just in any day, if I said, man, can I run 27 miles tomorrow and still get regular work in and pack for Alaska? The answer would be, I don't know. But I just think, well, I did 26 yesterday, so it's just 1 more mile. It's pretty amazing. That was an NBD 13, no big deal. 0 effort. Comfortable pace, probably 9.5 minute miles. And I gotta run to work real quick and then we'll do 14 more. Just got home from work and going to Alaska tomorrow. Still need to get 14 miles in to get 27 today. I'm not gonna do the whole thing right now, but we're gonna take off with Everett and do just like a mile or something before he has to go to bed, because he's only 4 years old and he has to go to bed really early.
4 years old, I'm 9.
Oh, 9, because he's 9 years old. Okay, I admit sometimes this takes effort. I'm at 23.5 miles for the day. Got 3.5 to go, and I've had to slow down a little bit. I was getting a little cocky today, just thinking, wow, that early morning 13 miles was no big deal, and I'll do one right after dinner, 14. No big thing, but you know, it gets tiring, so I'm pushing through. There you go, baby. 27 miles. 7:57 mile on the last mile. Wow. Gotta admit, got tough a couple times. The night run is always harder than the morning run, but we just put 27 in the books. I think that's like 160 miles in the past 7 days. Something like that, 163. That's pretty great. I'm tired, it's 11:30, 11:15, so I was really pushing it this time. Tomorrow's gonna be a challenge. Gotta do 28 miles and fly to Alaska.